Alright, my lovers, Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas Eve, at least. It is Friday the 24th of December, or at least it is in England. If you live in Australia, it's Christmas Day, is it? I don't understand time zones, but what I do understand is today we need to talk about Premier League end-of-year awards. Yes, that's right. We are just days away from the end of 2021, so what better time to hand out some Premier League awards for the calendar year. Now, before we get into it, I want you to go into the comments right now and let me know your manager, your player, and your signing of 2021. Okay, it's very simple. Let me know in the comments. Whilst you're down there, hit the like button and hit subscribe. Okay, as you can see in front of me here, I've developed 8 categories for 2021. We've got manager, player, wonder kid, which I'm classifying as under 23. Okay, very clear about that one. OAP, which I'm classifying as over 34. Goalkeeper, permanent signing, loan signing, and transfer flop. We'll start with Manager of the Year then. We've got a few candidates, I think, for this award. We've got Jurgen Klopp, one of the best coaches in world football. We've got Brendan Rodgers, won an FA Cup, won a Community Shield, finished 5th in the Premier League last season, but this season has had a pretty significant drop-off. Leicester are struggling, mainly down to injuries, but I think that kind of sways me away from Brendan Rodgers. We've got Thomas Tuchel, Champions League winner, FA Cup finalist, absolutely changed the fortunes of Chelsea Football Club post Frank Lampard, has developed an awesome squad, but is also having a little bit of a wobble in the last sort of 5 or 10 games. We've got Pep Guardiola, Premier League winner, Carabao Cup winner, Champions League finalist, FA Cup semi-finalist, and in my opinion, the best coach in world football. But we've also got one more name, and I just want to move away from the top sort of 6 clubs for a moment, because they are going to feature heavily through these awards. We already know it. So I'm going to hand this one out to David Moyes. He's back, baby. The Moyesiah. 6th in the table last season. They finished 2 points off 4th as well. Very close to what Brendan Rodgers was doing at Leicester, minus that FA Cup triumph. But this season, smashing it in the Europa League. Knocked Man United and Manchester City out of the Carabao Cup. 5th in the Premier League at the time of recording. Let's not forget as well, when he took over, they were 17th. 1 place, or 1 point I think it was actually, to be exact, above the relegation zone. David Moyes has drastically changed the fortunes of West Ham United. I think he's done the best job, comparatively to the squad he's got, of any manager in the league. What a 12 months he's had. I mean, a total rebirth of a reputation. I think Pep, Klopp, Tuchel, obviously better coaches. Brendan Rodgers may be the better accomplishments, but David Moyes, he's just proved so many people wrong. I want to give it to him. There we go. Player of the Year, probably the easiest of all of these categories. Of course, it is Mohamed Salah. I mean, I'll rattle off a few of his accomplishments, but they're obviously vast. Having a look at some of the stats then, Champions League second top scorer of 2021, behind only Robert Lewandowski by 1 goal. He's got 35 goal involvements in 40 Premier League games across the calendar year. That's 24 goals, by the way, 8 more than the closest rival, which I think is Harry Kane on 16. He's also 4th in the world for goals and assists in 2021. Now, 3 names ahead of him surprised me a little bit. Haaland, 59 goal involvements. Lewandowski, 62 goal involvements. And Mbappe's got 65 goal involvements in 2021, the calendar year. 65. But yeah, Mo Salah, the highest of any Premier League player. And obviously, this is the Premier League awards. So I'm obviously giving it to Mo Salah. In my opinion, the best player in the world right now. Wonder Kid of the Year then. This was a tough category. I selected under 23, so I'm not including the likes of Trent Alexander-Arnold, who is himself 23 years old. He's 23 until he's 24, lads. So for this one, I think it's a large English contingent, to be honest with you, in with a shout of winning it. Phil Foden, got to be involved, doesn't he? Premier League winner, Champions League finalist, Carabao Cup winner. And actually at Manchester City, he is the 2nd top scorer in the Premier League across 2021. Behind only Ilkay Gundogan, which I thought was a bit of a shock. Declan Rice also got to be in the conversation. For me, the Premier League's best central midfielder this season, out-and-out central midfielder, not including Bernardo Silva in those ranks. Of course, made the final of Euro 2020 as well, but just misses out. Very close between Rice and my winner, Mason Mount. Champions League winner, FA Cup finalist, Euro 2020 final, more goals than any Chelsea player in any competition in 2021. And some people might say, oh, well, it's part of the system. Yeah, but he's also created the 4th most chances of any player in the Premier League in 2021. And the names ahead of him are like the likes of Trent, Bruno Fernandes. So he's got to be involved in the conversation as the best creator in the Premier League. He's under 23. He's won plenty this season, including a Champions League trophy. It just tips him over the edge. For me, it's got to be Mason Mount. OAP of the year then. I feel harsh saying that, but over 34-year-old. There's only one winner here, isn't there? You know, it just simply has to be Thiago Silva. Back-to-back Chelsea awards here. 37 years old, Champions League winner. In my opinion, the second best centre-back in the Premier League across the entire year. Ruben Diaz obviously coming in first. Virgil van Dijk hasn't played a full calendar year. And Thiago Silva is Chelsea's best centre-back at 37. I first thought he would be a flop in the Premier League joining at 37. I totally disrespected the man. Honestly, that was one of my worst predictions in years, and I've had some whiffers. Shout out Thiago Silva. Moving on to the goalkeeper of the year 2021. This was the category I think I found the most difficult. I was torn between Ederson and Edouard Mendy. Now, Ederson has kept the most clean sheets of any goalkeeper in 2021. He kept the most clean sheets across the entire course of last season, and he's on course to do that yet again this season. But I do think he's helped by the fact that City have about 94% of the ball. That is reflected in the amount of goals he's prevented comparatively to expected goals. Edouard Mendy dwarfs him in that respect, has a higher save percentage than him as well. However, Ederson, that clean sheets is just weighing on the back of my mind. I know that Edouard Mendy won the Champions League, but then you can say Ederson won the Premier League. Edouard Mendy got to an FA Cup final. Ederson won the Carabao Cup. It's a real toss-up between the two. Literally flip a coin here. I think based purely on clean sheets, I'm going to go for Ederson. And also, I didn't want to do 3 Chelsea players in a row. Oh, that could be Edouard Mendy, though. Let me know in the comments what you think. Would you have gone for Ederson or would you have gone for Edouard Mendy? I'm kind of bottling it. I almost wish I'd put Edouard Mendy in there. The signing of the year on a permanent basis is also a tough category. Now, in January, there weren't really any major moves that I can remember. There's a couple of loan signings we're going to talk about as well in the loan of the year. But the summer signings so far, it's been pretty tough for the big names. However, some of the sort of lower end purchases have performed really well. Emmanuel Dennis, I think, is a candidate here at Watford. He cost just £3.4 million, 7 goals, 5 assists in 14 Premier League games, playing for Watford. I want to make that very clear. Watford, he's been a revelation. Jose Sarr as well at Wolves, coming from Olympiacos for pennies, £6.8 million. How on earth did they get that deal done? Because he's got an incredible number of clean sheets. He's got the highest expected goals prevented in the league by an absolute mile. Seriously, by a mile. 8.9 goals less conceded this season than they should have. That's crazy. I think in Europe, he's sort of 5th or 6th in terms of expected goals prevented, which is nuts. And then you've got the man I'm going to pick. This could easily have been Jose Sarr, but I'm actually going for Aaron Ramsdale, £30 million. And the main reason I've picked Aaron Ramsdale is because so many fans of Arsenal Football Club hammered this guy. They were literally abusing him to the point of, I would say, bullying online when they signed Aaron Ramsdale. So many pundits were hammering this signing. And he's proved them all wrong. He's kept the most clean sheets in the Premier League since his debut for Arsenal, which is a remarkable stat. And Arsenal are now 4th in the Premier League, largely down to some of those saves and what I would describe as an infectious personality. He has had a huge impact on this Arsenal squad, and I think he has had more of an impact than Jose Sarr or Emmanuel Dennis. So that's the reason I'm going to pick Aaron Ramsdale. I hate to say it, but I bloody love the guy. I really do like the guy. He's got to be permanent signing of the year for me. There's a bit of a dearth of candidates here. Moving on to loan signing of the year, and a lot of people will be shouting at their screens, Conor Gallagher. Obviously Conor Gallagher, 16 games played, 6 goals, 3 assists, huge impact at Crystal Palace. However, I don't think that loan was the best of the year. I think that has to go to Jesse Lingard. Recency bias is obviously a factor in people's thinking about Conor Gallagher, but people forget that Lingard, 16 appearances for West Ham United, 9 goals, 4 assists, so more goals, more assists than Conor Gallagher across the same time period. He pretty much, at some stages, was dragging West Ham through games, got them up to, 6th? They finished last season playing European football without an out-and-out striker for the majority of his time there. He was remarkably good for West Ham, and in my opinion, has to be the loan signing of the season ahead of Conor Gallagher. Joe Willock also in with a shout there. That 7-goal run he put in is insanity, but it's just got to be Jesse. It has to be Jesse. Finishing with our transfer flop of the year, and my God, there's a lot of candidates for this one, isn't there? Let's start with the big boys. Grealish, some people were saying on Twitter. Sancho, some people were saying on Twitter. Lukaku, loads of people were saying on Twitter. And obviously, they have been extremely underwhelming for their sides. I think Jack Grealish has probably been the best of the three, and even he hasn't hit his own high standards. But we've also got available to us here Vlasic. 30 million euros he cost West Ham, which is a huge sum to a club like that. And he's got 1 Premier League start. He hasn't contributed to a goal in any competition. Joe Willock, £25 million, yet to get a goal involvement for Newcastle this season. Arsenal would have been absolutely buzzing with that fee. If you think that they basically swapped Willock plus 5 million for Martin Ødegaard, Jesus. Yannick Vestergaard, £15 million. We didn't really like it at the time. We don't really like it now. He's had huge injury problems. Junior Firpo, £13 million. I think Leeds fans are wondering who recruited him at the club. Emiliano Buendia. We all thought that was going to be a huge dub, but 11 starts in the league, just the 1 Premier League goal, just the 2 assists. His creative numbers are way down on when he was at Norwich. But the man I'm going to go with is Saul Negres. What has happened here? And it would have been really easy to go for a Jadon Sancho or a Romelu Lukaku, but when I've watched them, they've actually had moments of real brilliance, albeit maybe bits and starts, whereas Saul, I just can't believe the level he's currently playing at comparatively to the level I've seen Saul play at for Atletico Madrid. It is like Saul's identical twin brother has stepped onto the pitch for the Blues wearing his kit, and he's come straight out of accounting. Like, I'm sure he will at some stage get up to pace for the Premier League, and I think most recently that 45 minutes that I watched him play was the best he's had in a Chelsea shirt, but still, I just can't see it. So those were my Football Daily Awards for 2021. I want to hear yours in the comments below. I'm going to be in the comments on Christmas Eve for about the first hour. Let me know what your thoughts are. Hit the like button, hit subscribe if you enjoyed it, and go over to the Football Daily podcast channel because they've done an alternative awards ceremony featuring the likes of Henry Hill. So, as if he's featuring on it, he hosted it, is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, yeah, thanks very much for watching, everybody. Have an amazing Christmas. We'll see you later. Bye.